Check, check, check.
All right, there we go. I fixed it. Yo, what's this? Oh my God, you serious, bro? Oh my God! I feel like that lady. You know that lady that's in that that like viral video where a wig falls off live?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Listen, first of all, everybody in the room and everybody watching at home is going to get the biggest apology. The Masters of None podcast does not set a standard that low.
I swear this never happens.
This never happens.
I said that before.
Maybe we're nervous because you got Rabz in the building.
Yeah.
You know, but real quick, guys, we want to get some announcements out of the way just so that everybody, because I know everybody missed us initially because the stream wasn't working. There was no audio. And then it was just, I don't know. We got hacked by the Russians. I don't know what happened. But let's start off with just thanking everybody that was in the chat, everybody that's in the chat now following the live show. If you are in the live episode and you're watching right now, feel free to jump in the chat. That's one of our favorite parts of the show is to interact with the chat. You can catch us here live on YouTube. You can also catch us live on Kick soon, but we're not doing video Kick tonight. We are simulcasting on Twitch tonight. If you can't watch the live stream or watch the video version once it archives afterwards, we do urge you guys, man, give us the support. Jump in and watch us on Spotify, or you could listen to us anywhere that you can find your favorite audio podcast platforms, whatever it is that you use to listen to your podcast. We're also on iHeartRadio right now, and also Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, anywhere you find your audio podcast, you could check us out. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that we do go live. And if the stream crashes as it just did, and we come back up live again, you'll be notified.
Yeah, everybody that hit the bell, you're going to have like 5 emails.
Yeah. Lucky you.
Fuck
you know? So without further ado, we do have a guest in the building. This man goes by the name of Rabz. He's got a solo career as an artist. He's also part of a band that's going to be dropping some heat soon, Jerry Humans. And this man is in the building. He's been doing music for years. His videos are everywhere. His Instagram is buzzing. So, yeah, without further ado, we got Mr. Rabz in the building.
Yeah. Oh my Guys, I appreciate you guys, for real.
Man.
Second time around, but we good.
Yeah, man, we good, bro.
We're back like we never left.
You know what? I feel better now.
Yeah, right?
100%.
It was like a rehearsal dinner.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good way to put it, man.
That's it,
Yeah,
man.
How you guys doing, man?
You know, we're chilling out, man.
Yeah, we're happy you're here with us, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Hey, I'm happy to be here. You know, for real.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
What you got, Berto? How you feeling?
I just want to tell the people that if we're not on whatever obscure podcast platform you listen to your podcast on,
That's right.
join the Discord and let me know what platform that is, and I will make sure that we get distributed to them.
That's right. And Twiz, what you got for the people? Say what's up to the people one time, man.
Hey man, listen, it's good to be back, baby.
Let's go.
It's good to be back, baby. Masters None Podcast, episode 168. We
Let's
got
go.
Rabz here. Make sure you guys follow him. All that good stuff. Make sure you follow us. Make sure if you aren't subscribed to YouTube, you subscribe. Make sure you check us out. We're on Kick. We're streaming on Kick today. We're also on Twitch as usual.
We are on Kick.
We're on
We are on
Oh,
Kick.
beautiful.
Yeah, we're on Kick.
We're
So
on tri-casting.
yeah, we're
Look at that.
exactly. We are tri-casting. So please make sure you check us out. We appreciate the love and support. And back to the main.
That's
Before
it.
we get into the story, because we already, obviously people who watched the silent movie we put out a couple minutes ago, they don't know this, but we did get a bit of a conversation going. But before we continue that conversation or kind of regrow it, tell the people where they could find you.
Okay, yeah. So where you could find me, I mean, music platform wise, you could find me literally anywhere at Rabz. You'll see the picture, the profile picture. But Instagram, my Instagram handle is Rabz.Rabzdied. It's a little morbid. I'm sorry. I know some people will be like, yo, why is it like that? Don't question me. All right?
That's right. It's about
but
the
you know
irony.
what? But realistically, I am gonna change it soon. So there you go. That's that. You guys heard it here first. I am gonna change my handle soon. So
Look at that. Rabz lives.
But, yeah, everyone says that too.
he
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah, but yeah, the handle is Rabz.Died, Rabzdied. And then anywhere else, like if it's not Rabz.Died, it's probably 631 Rabz 631. You know what I mean? I also go by Jerry Human. I got the Jerry Humans with me. You know what I mean? And that's where they can find me.
That's it, man. And we're going to have all that information, all the links in the description below. So you'll be able to link to his socials, his YouTube, wherever you can find his music. You got a link tree, no?
Yeah, for sure. I got a link tree in my bio. If you go to Instagram, just click the link in the bio. It's got all my recent drops, recent videos on YouTube. We shoot movies over here, so tap in for real.
Check out the spicy links in the fucking link tree.
Yeah,
That's
my,
right, man.
my link tree actually looks pretty good too. Like I
Yeah.
customized it.
I know.
I
I've
put some
seen
work
it.
into
We
it.
seen it. Yeah,
We seen it, bro.
We seen it. I said,
I was like, our
free shit
podcast
we got.
episode will fit snugly as a button right in this link tree. I
Yeah.
was like, let me hit Rabz up and be like, yo, put the episode in.
I would have. I really would have. I should have.
No, I mean afterward, because it goes into
Oh
an archive.
yeah.
There's
Oh,
always-
100.
Yeah,
100.
because people can watch it.
Yeah. Oh, no, 100. I would definitely. You got my word. I will
Yeah,
100%
come on,
do
man.
that. Of course, bro.
You know, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, shout out to the chair that Rabz is in right now. We got this custom. This is custom upholstery for tonight.
This
Specifically.
chair's never been on here ever before.
It's
You
his
guys did
debut.
this for me?
Yeah,
It's his
this is for
debut.
you.
No way.
It's his debut, bro.
Sometimes,
Wow, this
and
is
no
a nice-
disrespect to any guests we've ever had.
Yes.
We appreciate you all.
This was a brainstorm that came out of nowhere.
But
yes.
we had this chair, and we got like a little baby chair that we normally put here, right? But we were like, we can't put him in the baby chair.
And we got some feedback. They were like, yo, why you guys using them little chairs?
Yeah.
And we were like, all right, we got to get another mueble in here. We got to get another full-on piece of furniture.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
So,
I mean,
that's
this
what we
is,
got, man.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it's lounge,
And I'm,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
I'm comfortable. You see me lounging?
That's
Good.
the thing, man.
Twiz, am I good on the audio? You can hear me good?
Yeah, no,
I don't
you-
know if I should lean in a little bit more.
No,
but-
you good.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
You're
All
good
right.
where you're at. I turned you up a little bit earlier.
Okay,
We're
cool.
extra
Appreciate
good
it.
after
Yeah.
the dry run.
Dude,
Yeah.
we're so fucking good.
And I just want to the viewers and to the patient people that we have watching, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for staying around for these guys, and thank you for staying around for me.
Facts.
We're gonna have a good conversation, so it's cool to be here.
Absolutely, man.
Without further ado,
Yeah, so we kind of want to, we got into where people can find you and stuff like that.
for sure.
So a little bit is like, how long you been doing this? Like, where's the journey coming from? When it comes to the music, because you have music with a band, you have your solo artist career, and there's been this evolution of your music over the years. So take us back in the time.
I mean, where it really started, like, I feel like I was always like, tapped in with music. So like I started as a kid, like just being in chorus, like I said before, being in chorus, being in the band. And and loving music. Like I had, you know, parents that loved music. Shout out my mom. I know my mom is probably watching this. She's really like a big influence on my music, just because of her selection of genres. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I started doing that. You know, was like in chorus and band. You know, growing up, and then I just started working. You know, started writing raps. That was like the first thing I really did. Started writing raps and. Rekindled with my cousin, and I didn't speak to him for like a few years, and then when I rekindled with him, he was actually doing music, like he was recording in studios and he was doing the full thing. So he actually brought me to my first studio where I learned the process of creating a song in the studio, and then it's just been active ever since. You know what I mean? So.
And how old were you when you first hit the studio?
When I first hit the studio, I mean, I'm 26 right now. That was probably in like 2017, so I was probably like 19.
19. And you said you were writing before that, right?
Yeah, I was writing in high school. Like I used to like I said, like you know, I was big into like writing in the phone. You know, like I had like a little. It wasn't even a smartphone. It was like a little LG phone that I used to just write raps in. You know, listen to the beat on YouTube. Like it was 9 times out of 10 probably like a Drake instrumental.
Yeah.
And I would just write on the phone, and I learned how to like really like learn how to just put words together and learn wordplay and you know make it make sense in your own story, you know, and yeah, I just been doing it ever since. Yeah.
You said your mom was a big inspiration to you. Did she listen to a lot of music? Like what was bumping in the Rabz, house when you were a kid?
Yeah,
what were you guys
right.
listening to?
Mama Rabz. What was
Yeah,
Mama Rabz?
I mean, it wasn't we really didn't listen to music in the crib, in the house too much. I mean, we did, you know, obviously, but we would listen to music in the car. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, like a lot of like old, like, you know, 80s, 70s stuff like that, like Van Morrison and Grateful Dead and Led Zeppelin and Police.
That's right.
And there's more. Did I say Van Halen? Nah, I said Led Zeppelin. So Led Zeppelin, Van Halen.
Yeah.
She just put me on to like these, just a lot of, it was really like 80s rock, I guess you could say, but it was also that like different, like, you know what I mean? Like not that like classic 80s rock that you know.
Yeah, it wasn't like ballads. It was more like, I'm hot for teacher.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Yeah, like she helped me. I remember like I was like really into like CDs, and like I burned like a lot of CDs, and like she helped me like get the right album covers for them, and like
Dope.
yeah, she put me on for sure. Van Morrison definitely like just all his hits.
Dude, Van Morrison has a place in my heart for sure.
Yeah,
Van
I
Morrison
can't
is
remember
special.
the name of the album, but it was an album like, I don't even know. Like I'm trying to think of it. It was like a black background, and I don't know if it was a skeleton or like, I haven't looked it up in years, which is like really bad. But
Yo, Twiz, you got a Van Halen.
not Van Halen. It's
I mean,
Van
I'm sorry,
Morrison. It's
Van
like
Morrison.
a Van Morrison. I think it might be like his hits, like a hits album. I don't know what it is, but it's like a black cover with like it's either like a microphone or like a skeleton. I can't remember, but I think maybe like, I don't know. But I remember that CD just laying in my mom's Ford. And like I would just always like want to play it when I was super young, when I was a real youngin'. But we would play that, you know, like, and then like my dad was like, he owned a bar my whole life, you know what I mean? So like and rest in peace his soul, he actually just passed away in November of last year. So God rest his soul. But he should, I appreciate it.
God rest him.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. For
sure.
But he actually put me onto a lot of stuff. Like he was always in the bar business, so like to him, it's so funny that I do music because when I was growing up, he would tell me music is noise to me because he was in that life. Like, you know, when you're in that bar business,
owning
that club
a bar,
business, like,
yeah.
bro, all you hear is music.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So like he would be like, music is noise to me, but he did like music because he put me on to Carlos Santana.
Woo.
That's a
And,
good
like,
one.
And we went to, and I remember like that was really like the only album I really like remember listening to with my dad, because like I said, like my dad really like, he would listen to like WFAN, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like with like Mike Francesa, like listening to Yankee sports.
Yeah, just
radio,
sports
like,
all day.
yeah. So and
Yeah.
I get that from him. Like I'm driving in traffic listening to WFAN. I'm like, wow, on AM radio. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. Like, and I used to like think about my dad, like, bro, like, are you gonna turn this off ever? Like
Yeah.
this is like staticky. Like what are we listening to? But now I listen to it and it's crazy.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so like he didn't really listen to music too much, but the only song that the only like person he really put me on, and we went to Best Buy and bought this CD because he was like, "Oh, you're gonna really love this." Like he really wanted to put me onto it, so we drove to Best Buy and bought a Santana album, and he put me onto Black Magic Woman.
Oh man,
And like I was just like, yeah, and so like I just loved music forever. Like I was like super crazy at Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
it's just like
that's
that's like has nothing to do. Like I'm not trying to like. You know what I mean? Like take shots at any of these real right guitar players. But hey, I was really trying to do Through the Fire and Flames on Expert, and I was getting like 80% through. You know what I mean?
80% is impressive.
Exactly, right? I was doing that on hard, 100%. On hard.
What? Get
on
out of
hard.
here.
Through the Fire and Flames on hard, 100%.
No, it wasn't nice like that.
Yeah. And mind you, I was playing.
I put that on my resume. I swear to God, that's impossible.
Maybe on my one sheet when I book these venues, like I'll send them like, oh yeah, and by the way, like I've done this show, and by the way, like I could play Through the Fire and Flames on Expert.
Yeah,
because maybe they'll take me more serious.
I'd be like, you know what, their resumes were pretty similar. Up until you hit us with that.
Yeah. That shows a level of commitment.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And like I was just gonna tell you, like I was playing this. I'm like ambidextrous in a way. Like I'm like I bat lefty, but I throw right, but I kick with my left foot, but I like it's like the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah.
Like I ride a skateboard regular, but I could also ride it goofy. It's like the weirdest shit ever. But anyway, where was I even just going with this? I hate when I do this.
Nah, it's all right.
We were talking about how you play the guitar.
Oh yeah, so guitar, Twist. Thank you so much, bro. That's why he's here, bro. Shout
I'm
out
telling
Twist,
you, man.
Yo,
This man,
bro. Like I will go on over
it.
it. Yeah. Okay, so right, Guitar Hero. I was playing this lefty. I was playing the Guitar Hero lefty on the righty track. So right.
Oh,
I'm
so you and Jimi Hendrix
here.
playing? You and Jimi
Like
Hendrix.
I'm over here and my eyes are over there. Like it's like you can't. It's like I'm crossing. Like people would tell me, "Nah, you're wild. You got to put it on the lefty setting." I'm like, hell no.
Oh,
and
man.
they didn't even make lefty guitars for Guitar Hero. So I had to use the whammy bar up here.
They didn't make lefty guitars.
They only made one, bro.
Cancel them.
They made one kind.
Cancel them now. They don't make lefty guitars. How dare they?
Yeah.
But long story short, I've always had music in my life, man. I love music. You know what I mean? Like if this wasn't even doing anything for me, if I had no buzz, no nothing, like none of the accomplishments that I made, I would still be doing it. Just plain and simple.
That's how you know, man. That's really how you know, man. Because you end up, that's when people start getting weird and they start writing songs to make money instead of writing songs. Like they write what they think people want to hear instead of writing what they want to write.
Yeah.
And that becomes problematic.
Yeah, so
like,
that's like the difference between me and like some artists, right? Like some artists like will do things because like it sounds cool, right? Like they'll hear a certain sound and be like, oh, I gotta get on that sound, right? But like me, I do those particular sounds, right? Like whatever. Like I'll be on this new gen shit, but I'll always take it all the way down to like 70s rock vibe too, right? But I never say like it's always like me. Like I just try to like never have a limit on myself. Like there's no limit to me. So like me, like I'll try to go into every single genre, but it's not for the purpose of I think it's gonna make me money or I think I'm gonna go viral doing this sound because this sound is hot. Like I'm literally doing it because I want to. Like literally, and I just. That's why, you know what I mean. And I'm gonna break the ice right here with the new project that I'm doing. Like I'm literally gonna show them right now that I could literally do like 10 genres.
Yeah.
And it is like cross genres. Obviously, some of them are gonna be hip hop inspired. Some of them are gonna be certain genres inspired, like cross genre. But like that's what I'm trying to show them. Like I will never limit myself, and that's why I will do every genre I could possibly do.
That's fire.
Man. That's super fire. And go ahead. What are you going to say? I don't know.
One of the things I was going to say is that I love how you said that because it's one of the questions that we had about like, doing something for like the vibes or like having like an intent behind like what you're doing. And, me and Justin were talking about this earlier. He brought it up. It seems like you kind of answered the question for us. It's like, you're not doing something with like an intent, like I'm going to make this. You're doing like, no, I'm going to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And it's this, if I feel like doing a song, I'm going to do a rock song.
Exactly.
And it's like, you're not going to put yourself in this box because you want to grow faster, right?
Exactly.
It's like people who are on YouTube right now and they're just throwing out 15 shorts a day, no matter if they saturate their the end user's page, they don't care because shorts are hitting right now.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, but that's not going to give you like that longevity, right? Doing what you want to do and people appreciating you for what you are, because, I feel like that's what gives consistency because you can only be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No, 100%. It's like, shout out Biscuit, Long Island. He said something on his Instagram story. I think it was today or yesterday. And he said, you can hustle and grind for 4 years, 5 years, make no money. He's like, and people might look at you crazy. He said, but on that 6th year, you might be the biggest thing going.
Facts.
He's like, so you just got to keep on, you know, just kind of keep that going and being who you are, because that's how you get the longevity. People might say you're crazy because you're not making exactly what you think people want to hear. You know, people treat their music sometimes like SEO.
Yeah.
You know, they try to make records in a genre that's popping off, or a genre or a type, you know?
Yeah, see, like, you know what it is? I feel like artists get so caught up in the, like, it's cool, like, you know, you start off, you're just making music and you're just having fun, right? And then you get into, like, you're trying to level up, so you get into, like, this, like, business aspect of things, right? And I feel like artists almost get, like, lost, which is cool to be, because, bro, I always say this, like, music is 10% of the job. Like, you can make the best music ever, right? Mm-hmm. But what comes with that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta, like, if you want to make it and really do this, the music is only 10%. Bro, everyone's making music, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
What sets you apart? Are you going to work harder? You know, is somebody
what sets me apart is...
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean directly you. I mean, what sets a person apart? Like, what sets one apart? You know what I mean?
I guess that would be like a question for that particular person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right? Some people are going to have the marketability. They're going to have the Conor McGregor kind of talk and bravado.
Exactly.
That's what I was just going to say.
Or they might just be the silent...
Yeah.
Dude that's nice as hell, like Joyner Lucas, that's nowhere around in the public eye, but when he drops a record, it's like 12 million views.
Yeah. And I think I think another thing that you're trying to illustrate is that you got to wear all these different hats.
Yeah.
You got to be nice. You can't just be nice at rapping because you got to be nice at social media, right?
Exactly.
Because,
especially in this world, bro. Like, you know?
Dude, we're finding that out more every day.
Yeah.
Dude, we're like, we're grinding. Our studio, we put a lot of stuff in, but it's like you still got to do a lot of other stuff. You got to put your shit out.
You got to get your shit in front of people. It's like, how many of your friends you know that are nice as fuck, and you're just like, this happens to me all the time. People will put me on to musicians, and I'm just like, damn. Like, I'm listening to this stuff. Like, you know, I did a deep dive on you. I'm listening to this stuff, and it's like, how come, like, what's the difference between this and somebody that they're playing on the radio? Like, there's no, like, how come, like, people aren't seeing this?
It's a thin line.
It's like, how come nobody's seeing this? Why aren't we talking about this? People should see this.
Yeah, it's just as good, if not better, than what's on the radio.
I don't get it. Yeah, it really makes you ponder. It's like, what is it? It's like we were talking about earlier, Bobby Altoff, and whether she's an industry plan or not. But it's like, if these things really exist and they're just controlling the narrative of what we're going to listen to, that's not really, like, you know, the kind of music I want to be associated with. I want to be able to find everything.
Yeah.
You know? So you wouldn't, so like, let's say Drake, for an instance, right? Like, let's say Drake reposts an artist, and you get put on, and you're like, wow, this guy's the greatest artist I ever got put on to. You wouldn't listen to him? Or you would?
So I would listen to him, because
you would rather find it on your own, though.
No, not necessarily. What I meant by, like, somebody planting it, it's like somebody putting somebody in front of me with the intent to strictly make that person very big, despite how good of an artist they are, right? So if I listen to...
That's like basically what I'm saying, though, because there's only one way with Drake. You know what I mean? If he posts you on his page, you're going viral regardless of how good of an artist, how good... It doesn't matter. There's nothing that is going to change that.
Yeah. So you mean a plant in a sense of the actual person that they're trying to turn into someone.
Okay,
I think that's what he's talking about. Like almost like an experiment.
Yeah, like I'll give you another example. I follow No Jumper on Instagram.
Okay.
And sometimes they'll have paid posts, and they're like rappers. It's like, you wouldn't believe this person dropped it. I'm listening to it. I'm like, this isn't, Adam didn't post this. This isn't somebody putting somebody on.
Somebody paid them.
This is somebody getting paid. And listen,
Fake
I don't,
news.
it doesn't matter.
Man, like,
I don't got nothing against it. If you got money and you invest in yourself and you're using that way to promote yourself, but it's, from my perspective, like, I'd rather Drake post them.
Okay, yeah. I see what you're saying. So, like, an real industry, like, like they're full, like, they know what exactly they're doing.
Yeah. I don't enjoy being force fed things.
Yeah. Which is Bobby Altoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Realistically. And hey, honestly, like, when she first dropped the Drake interview and then she had, like, the funny Marco video, honestly, I was like, wow. Like, I was actually a fan of her. I'm like, this girl really knows what she's doing. Yeah. And then, like, I feel like it just got, like, as quick as she got to the top, it, like, my how I felt about her was just as quick.
Yes.
Right. So I felt like really like highly about her. I'm like, wow, like, this girl's really like this. I love her character and the way that she's acting with these big superstar people.
Yeah.
And then, like, it got, like, too much too quickly, and then literally went from here to there within, like, a week.
Yeah, I think
like
that's
crazy.
what happens when you have your Mona Lisa be your first interview. Yeah. Like, you can't have Drake be your first interview. Where do you go from there?
Had her first big. I mean, she had
interview.
Funny Marco, and then, like, this other this lady from, like, Mean Girls. I don't know. Like I saw like
With
clips
Tina
of it.
Fey or something?
So, I don't know. She was like clipping
That
it.
movie's
She
hilarious.
never
I
really
love that
like.
movie.
She never really like posted the video, but I remember. But she did Funny Marco, and then Funny Marco was going viral, but it wasn't going like that viral. And then once she did the Drake shit in the bed, it was like, what
It exploded.
the fuck?
Yeah. But you're right. And he called that because I was like, yo, she's funny as hell, bro. And he's like, yo, it's funny for now. He's like, how long can she do this?
I was just gonna say
That's
that.
exactly-
I said that.
He said that, I think,
Yeah.
on air.
Yeah, I did say
I
it on
think
air.
he straight up said that on air.
You can only
Yeah.
ingest so much of that stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's how I felt, and I just didn't know it yet. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because like I was like really enjoying it, and then I probably should have said to myself,
Yeah.
like, how far can this go?
Dude, I felt
Because-
the same way.
Yeah.
I felt the same way. I was like, this is good and it's different.
Yeah.
And then sometimes like the Jason Derulo cracked me up. Like she was
See, I didn't even watch. See, like I already declined. Like I didn't
only
even
saw
watch
a short.
I haven't even seen
I only
it.
saw the short.
Like the
And
last
that-
one
I
I
thought
watched
funny.
was Yachty.
Yeah.
And then I saw that she was gonna post one with Offset, and then like I didn't even.
Tyga. That's
Yeah.
where I drew. That's
Oh,
where I
actually,
stopped.
you know what? I lied. I drew the line at Tyga. Yeah.
Yeah. And Tyga, I had to say to myself, I'm gonna talk shit about this on the podcast tonight. Just keep watching, because it was like terrible. It was just as bad as our performance in the beginning of the night.
Yeah.
They were
It's like- it's
they were in a
really-
zoo.
That was a train wreck.
Purposely like that though. Like they want you to say that.
Yeah.
Like
That's
they
what it
literally
is. True.
want you to say that, bro.
You're right.
Like,
You're right,
they
dude.
literally-
Everything is a
And it's
like,
crazy because,
it's a
bro, you
trick.
think that she would have interviewed Tyga of all people if Drake didn't play Rack City on the interview?
No.
Facts.
Yeah,
No
you're
way,
right.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, look, even the Mark Cuban interview, they were sitting in a parking garage on the ground.
On the floor?
And he was like, I can't believe we're like sitting on the ground. And the first thing I thought was, our show's way more professional than this. But that's the whole thing, because I text like 5 of my friends and I was like, yo, if she's on, we could get on, son. We could get on, son. I started texting everybody. And then
Yeah.
I probably got 20 views for that video, you know, and just me doing that. Now, if everybody does that, and I'm like, man. And I was looking, I was like, I think they were in their socks, I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think it was
They'll
something
try
like
to,
that.
They'll try to get it as weird as, but not even as weird as possible. I'm not going to say that because it's like super, like actually like, you know what it reminds me of? Perfect. It reminds me of The Office.
Yeah. But yeah.
And more of like a podcast.
Yeah.
Where
It's
you know, like
almost
where
predictable.
where obviously like there's a cameraman and then there's the ones on the stands and stuff. Like it looks like a podcast, right? But it almost like the humor literally reminds me of The Office.
I
Like just the
got
way
you.
like all of a sudden it gets quiet and then like they like switch to like the handheld camera and then like she's just like looking really awkward. Like tell me not. That's literally
Yeah. Only difference is I think she's Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder. And not in Tropic Thunder. I think she's Ben Stiller in in Tropic Thunder, but the other movie when he plays Simple Jack, I think she's Simple Jack. She's gone too much. It's too far.
Yeah.
She went full?
Yeah, she went full.
It's crazy because it was just so quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it does make you think, right, Twiz? I mean, it makes you think a little bit, like, kind of out
Are
of
you a
nowhere.
fan of her? Did you
Yeah,
know
what
her
do you
from
think
her-
about
from
Bobby
her
also?
TikTok stuff?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it y'all not even gonna like this. I didn't watch none of the interviews. I saw the clip of Drake in the bed, and then I saw the one of Mark Cuban where they were talking about the $20,000, and I was like, "This is bullshit," and I cut it off. I don't got time for that. Don't lie to me. I get lied to enough by the government.
Yo, that's facts. She don't owe nobody nothing.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
They wouldn't put her on there. They wouldn't let her rock like that.
Yeah, straight up.
So I already knew that something was up. The jig was up at that point. I was like, man, fuck that.
Something's afoot. When I
Pack
seen
it
her in
in.
bed with Drake, I knew something was afoot. Circling back to you, we gave Bobby enough fucking.
Yeah,
burn.
right. Like,
Yeah.
shouldn't
Right.
even be talking about her. I should have said
Right.
that as soon as we started. As soon as she got brought up.
Don't
Now-
add her. Don't add her.
We're gonna have to fucking edit the episode and mute her name out. No, you said before about what I think you were trying to say is about wearing all these different hats, right? And Justin was talking to me about you guys linking and you playing some music for him, and he was saying that you engineer, or you record yourself, and you're the engineer and the recorder.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
the
I-
rapper and the engineer.
Well,
excuse me.
like, all right. So like, I have a studio. Me and my boy have a studio. Shout out Wolf Park White if you're watching. Shout out you, bro. This is my twin. Literally, we have the same birthday. Everything.
Whoa.
Damn,
Yeah,
shouts to him.
super coincidence. Like I don't even know. So crazy. But anyway, the universe has lined us up. Now we got a studio together. But shout out you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What? Oh yeah. So the studio. So if he's there, right? Like if he's there, he'll engineer it. You know what I mean? But because we got the recording booth and everything. But like for the most part, like I'm there alone or maybe one other person, and I have the mic just like this,
Yeah.
right in front of the computer, and I'm
Yeah.
just bam, 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 punching in.
Yeah, that's dope.
And it's crazy because I didn't write for like a while. Like I didn't write for like 2-3 years because I was just like the studio was so accessible that like I wouldn't even waste time. Like whatever I was about to say on the paper, I'll just punch into the mic.
Yeah, why not? If you're controlling it.
Exactly. So it's like, whatever. But I just started writing recently. When I started this band, really tried to like sit down and map out the wordplay and stuff instead of just like coming up with things on the fly and just but it's cool. It's cool.
That's dope, man.
But that's I realistically all my songs that you probably heard from or whatever, just that I have released from probably anything from 2020 to now is all done by me.
That's what's up.
Maybe
man.
the exception of like one song, literally one or two.
And I know, when it comes to like people engineering and like, people having their own studios and stuff like that, there's a lot of discrepancy between if there are any artists, engineers, or anybody that's watching, any musicians or anything, and you're familiar with DAWs, right? Which is like the environment that you sequence in and record in. You don't use Pro Tools. I don't use Pro Tools. We don't use Pro Tools here.
This is like a big debate. Like, I don't know why this is even still a debate. Like, I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
Like, could we just stop this?
Yeah. Dude,
like, I have and I'm not even trying to gas it or whatsoever, like, but I just want, like, people to really know this. Like, I had a multi-platinum engineer. We did a song together. He went with my mix over his.
Yeah, look at that.
And like, shout out Wizard Lee. It's Wizard Lee. He did, like, big songs with 6ix9ine. Like, he did all his 6ix9ine's hits. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of 6ix9ine, but he did all those early hits, like when 6ix9ine was blowing up.
Yeah.
All those club hits that we all know. Trust me, I know we all know them songs. Twiz, I know you know them
That's
songs.
a fact. Now
He's
we
just
know.
rapping them in his head right now.
Let's not get too spicy, but
But yeah, like we were all fucking with it at the time, and I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna cap. But anyway, shout out Wizard Lee. He did all of 6ix9ine songs coming up. He did like the one with Nicki early on before the RICO charges, everything. So I saw him on a Hulu documentary. I'm just gonna tap in with this real quick. I saw him on a Hulu documentary for 6ix9ine, right? It was the 6ix9ine documentary about like how he came up and then the falling of him, like whatever with the RICO charges. I saw this engineer on there, and he was saying like, "Oh, I did all the 6ix9ine." He was showing his studio, whatever. And I saw his at. His at was on the bottom of the Hulu documentary. So, and it said he had a studio in Astoria. I'm like, or Tribeca. Wiz, if you see this, I'm so sorry, but he had a studio in the city, and I hit him up real quick, and I said, yo, like, and I just hit him up in the DM, like, straight up like this. I said, yo, where can I send demos? And he hit me back in like a day. Well, my manager was actually like talking to him somehow, but like after I put him on to the Hulu documentary. So my manager was like hitting him up on some like on some marketing things, but then I hit him up because he was already like viewing my stories after I followed him. That's how it happened. So I saw him on Hulu. I followed him on Instagram. Didn't say anything. That's how it happened. I followed him on Instagram. I didn't say anything to him. He was viewing my stuff. And then I reached out to him after I saw him view my story or view it or like a post or something like that. And I hit him. I said, yo, where can I send demos? He sent me an email. I sent him demos. He listened to my songs. He said, when can I get you to the studio?
Oh, shit.
And I said, I do this full time, so ASAP. You know what I mean? And he said, all right, I'm gonna send you a B pack. Let me know like which ones you fuck with, whatever. So it is so crazy because I had a lot going on. I didn't even pick a beat until the train ride there. And I picked the beat and I wrote the hook on the train because I didn't know how prepared I was going to be. Like, I punch in, right? But I didn't know if I was going to go to this platinum studio. I'm like, I don't know how I'm, not that I was like,
how are they going to work? Because
exactly.
engineers
and
are all
also,
different.
And not even that, but like, how am I going to work? Under this pressure? Like, I don't, it was good pressure, but whatever. But so I went there. I actually wrote I sent them to be, I said this one. And I wrote the hook on the train. And, bro, we did the song. I recorded it there. We recorded a whole thing, a whole demo. He said, yo, let me know how you like it, whatever. He shot. There's literally, I'll show you guys the YouTube. There's a whole YouTube documentary, a mini series of us, me and him. Like, he did like a mini series with like 5 artists. I was part of his mini series. Like, and all I did was just shoot him a DM. Where can I send demos?
Yeah.
And so we chopped up the record, recorded it there. I went back to my spot. I liked it, but I was like, yo, I'm gonna re-record it on my template and just like see how he likes it. And I sent it to him, and he was just like, wow, bro. He's like, you do all this yourself? Like, those demos that you sent me prior, that's all you? I'm like, yeah. He's like, those are not demos, bro. Like those are not demos. Those are full. Like that's like full. And I was just like so like blown away. I'm like, wow. And then he's like, yo, we're gonna go with your mix.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, bro.
And maybe he didn't use my mix, but he used my stems though.
Yeah,
like it was like we collabed on the project, like session wise. And it was really, really cool, man. And he released it. He released a song on his project. He had a production project, so he did all the production on the project, and I was blessed to be a part of that. Shout out Wizard Lee, man. And it was all because of God, bro. I'm telling you, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out Wizard Lee.
Yeah, shout out
Dude,
Wizard.
I told you when you played the records for me yesterday, you know, I'm like, these sound super clean. Like I've been doing music for 20 years, dude. And to see that, I'm like, these are good records. This is clean mixes. Everything's separated. There's not too much going on. The reverb is right. The vocal stacks.
Thank
Good,
you,
clean
bro.
music,
I
clean
really
recording.
appreciate it. I work hard, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
for
real.
sure, dude.
Where did that drive to learn how to mix come from? Did it come from out of necessity because you're like, well, I can't pay nobody to mix it, or you know, like where'd that come from?
It was like a little bit of both, honestly. Like realistically, like I was working with two engineers. Shout out my boy. Shout out Juan, my engineer Juan. I don't know if that's still his app, but shout out.
Yeah, I think
Juan.
he changed it. Shout out to Juan now.
Yeah, Juan Gonzalez. Shout out to Juan Gonzalez. He was my first like real engineer ever. Like he really brought my sound to like what like he really pushed me to the next level when it came to like sound. Then I started working with my boy Henny. Shout out Henny Track. He's an engineer producer, really, really, really hard worker. And I was working with him for a while, right? So like those are the two guys that I really would work with. But I was booking, you know what I mean? And those are my guys. So of course, I'm not gonna expect nothing from them. I'm gonna pay them for their time. And I was just coming out of pocket a lot, obviously. You know, that's just what comes with it.
Yeah.
And
That's a fact.
and this wasn't really like my choice, but COVID happened and like everything started shutting down, right? So like all the studios that I, you know, would normally go to and would go to like sometimes, no one was trying to have sessions. No one. So I'm like, bro, I have to do something. Like we're all on our phones. We got to make content. I have to record. So, and I don't really know computers. I don't really know this shit. I just literally am just an artist at this point. Right. So, my manager, shout out Austin, the manager, shout out my boy Austin. He is like,
That's the shoe phone dude, right?
yeah, facts. Yeah, he's doing big things. He lives in Miami, really working with this company, working with a label right now. Like he's doing good for himself. Shout out Austin. But he helped me. He said, "Yo, bro, I got you. I'm gonna build you a computer. You just pay me. Like just pay for the parts and I'll put it together." I'm like, say less. So within like a few weeks, he built a whole computer. Excuse me. Downloaded the DAW. Made a template for me that I you know, we built it together, and boom, like it was ever since. And he kind of just taught me the base. Like I learned from Juan and Henny watching them, but they always use a different DAW. I was using a different DAW, which realistically, it's all the same shit. You know what I mean? But it's just different buttons, different hotkeys, whatever. So, but I learned from them, learned how to track, learned the concept of being an engineer, and then. Yeah, so I had the computer built, started recording myself. He kind of taught me how to do it. I recorded myself for maybe like 6 months, 7 months, got really comfortable with it. Things started opening back up. My man had a studio. I went in there with him for a little bit. He ended up leaving. I took it over. Boom. Now I've been in the same studio for 3 years doing everything myself.
Nice.
That's what's up, man. You know, it's becoming the almost damn near the new standard. Is that, you know, that Russ approach.
I was just gonna say, did Russ fuck this up for you guys?
Nah, I mean, everybody was doing what Russ was doing. He was just the first one to get on like that. I mean, me and all my people, we've all been doing it ourselves. He's been doing it himself with his people. Like everybody, like Twiz knows, like, you know, Twiz and his man, and, you know, everybody that's been doing music and really been doing it a long time, learned a long time ago that you got to learn to do everything yourself pretty much, or it's the easiest way to get it lined up, because getting everybody on the same page, you know, getting the engineer, booking the studio, getting your man to show up, getting a producer to come, it gets difficult.
That's a
you know,
fact.
like I bet Rabz ain't far off from trying to make beats if you haven't already.
Yeah, I know how to do it. I just don't do it. I just like focus on like vocals more. But
Exactly.
like,
Which is good, man.
yeah, like
Everybody tries to do everything, and sometimes there's too many people chefing.
Yeah,
and it gets
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah,
you know.
I'd rather have my guys come through and just produce me a beat. You know what I mean? And then we just create right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can you talk about that? What's like your beat selection process? Like, how do you Are you getting, people sending you beats? Are you out there looking for beats? Are you looking, because I know there's 1,000,001 beats that are on like platforms like YouTube and I'm sure.
Well, I mean, I get beats sent in, which I'm super blessed. Like, thank you, God, that people like take the time out to send me beats and believe in my sound, to just send me free beats. Like, you know what I mean? And I appreciate that. So that, I usually, go through my emails to try to find some beats. Like, people usually send me at least one email of beats a day.
That's fire.
So, and it's from people from all over the world. Like,
I saw it. You showed me his email, and it was just people just throwing beats in there, just like audio files.
That's sick.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm super blessed for that. I never take that for granted because, there was a time I was really surfing on YouTube, and I really try not to do that, but I do it if it really comes down to it. So if you're an artist and you, like, beat yourself up for going on YouTube because you think, don't even worry about it. Just make good music. Like, but what I try to do is just try to get in-house production or have my friends send me music, send me production, and I get on it, like, regardless if they're there or not, or if they send it to me and whatever. Like, my last project, like I said, like, the beats are being sent from everywhere. Like, my last project is called 46. It's streaming everywhere. That whole project, damn near the whole project was produced by a kid in Russia. It's so crazy that you said the Russians probably did it, but he would laugh at it. Shout out my boy Fragment, man.
Yeah, I'm playing.
Hey, man, he would laugh at that shit, bro. You know what I mean? So shout out my boy Fragment, man. He really like saw the light in me, like just, wanted to work with me. Just a kid from America, a kid from Russia, like really just put our sounds together and went crazy on that. So you could go stream that right now. It's called 46. Just look it up, Rabz, and the number 46. And if my mom is watching that, you hear the number 46. That's a special number to me and my family.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
It's a crazy time we live in now that you have the ability to do that, right? Work with somebody from Russia.
Right? That's crazy.
Yeah, really we work with like editors. We always joke about working with people from overseas and how like that's the time we're living in now, right? Yeah. You have access to everybody. It's almost like people have like less excuses nowadays to follow their endeavors.
Yeah.
Especially creative ones.
Yeah, it's weird because people view it. It's the easiest time to make. I mean, look, we have a podcast independently, 100%, and we're on every major platform that there is. So, but people see that as almost, I feel like, a challenge instead of an opportunity. People see it as like, damn, how can we do that? Everybody's doing it. It's sometimes you got to do it. I mean, what are we? Almost 3 years.
Yeah.
almost
It's not like
3 years in.
And you could do it yourself. It's not like back in the day where somebody had to put you on TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or had to sign you to a record label in order to distribute your music. Yeah. Imagine being independent. Like, records used to cost thousands of dollars to cut.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah. Back in the day, it would cost
thousands.
And
that's why everyone's an artist.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
a fact.
You know what I mean? Because it's so easy. Like, I just made a whole tape on my phone.
Yeah.
On my phone. Like, there's a DAW on my phone that I literally record through my phone microphone.
Yeah.
And I have a template on there that makes it sound like I recorded it in at Quad or something.
Yeah.
Is that crazy he's doing it on his phone? Back in the day, I was impressed when Waka was doing shit in the hotel room.
Yeah.
That's easy now.
Yeah,
now it's like,
yeah.
But remember the crazy setups, how much it would be? Like when you would see these things, when you would see Wiz Khalifa set up in a hotel room. Yo, it looked like some kind of loft that was the studio. It was like, we just locked out this like room.
Yeah.
This hotel room for the next 2 months or something. It's crazy, man, that now it's so portable and it's so, it's so accessible, but yet people will still say, it used to be, we can't do it, we don't have access. Now it's like, but everybody has access.
There's no real way to do it, realistically. And that's when we go back to this debate with these Pro Tool heads.
Yeah, with the Pro Tools
I don't want to
guys.
hear it. I get that you guys, I get what the DAW is capable of, for real.
Yeah.
But I'm doing my thing on FL.
Yeah, who cares? And I do mine on Logic,
Image Line appreciates me.
Yeah.
If you guys know what Image Line is. Image Line is the company that owns FL Studio. They appreciate me for rocking out, and I'm gonna record on FL for as long as I can.
Yeah.
And you know what's so
what I mean?
funny? The end user doesn't care, nor do they even know.
I said that
Not
yesterday.
the slightest clue.
They have no idea.
The consumer,
Yeah.
they don't know.
No,
They
bro.
don't
Nobody
know.
knows. You think anybody cares if we record in Adobe or if we broadcast from OBS or XSplit?
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Exactly.
Nobody cares.
It's the
Nobody
same-
knows.
same
nobody
thing.
cares. Yeah.
There's no real way, right way to do it.
Yeah, they want that shit on time. Consistently, quality.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what they want.
In both worlds, for sure.
On time, consistent quality.
I just want to put a disclaimer out there. I record on Pro Tools.
Are you?
Right. So that's
I'm
your
not-
nice list. It's not
Are
nice.
you a Pro Tools head?
Wait, what do you mean by Pro Tools head? Like die hard? Like yo, gotta be Pro Tools. or
Yeah,
nothing?
like you.
Yeah.
Would you be offended if I mixed and mastered and recorded a full song on FL?
Nah. So let me real quick. Let me just jump in. So I've recorded on Pro Tools for mad long because I've been recording for mad long. But like my boy Darwin, shout out Charlie Darwin, aka Peso. You know what it is?
Charlie Peso.
That's a fact, bro. I've recorded on many platforms. I've recorded on GarageBand, Pro Tools, FL Studio, Logic. I've recorded on all these different things. I just know Pro Tools because that's how old I am. I'm telling my age. Like that's how long I've been recording. I remember when Pro Tools was the industry standard. But bro, just like you guys were talking about, man, there's so many people that get setups in their bedroom and they're using cheap crap. I've seen a dude record off of an iPod, iPhone headphone mic.
Headphones, right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And make something quality. A lot of times people get away from the music. They get so stuck or nuanced by what's being used to make the music as opposed to the music. And
The
somebody
gear.
exactly. And
continue.
no. And as somebody that's like you, like I know how to make I know how to make beats in theory. I know how to record, but I always focus on the music. I always focus on the vocals. I always focus on the lyrics. I always focus on the content of the song as opposed to all those other things because I like to break bread with my people like you do.
Yeah. Nah, you're
That's
right,
100,
though.
bro.
You're
That's
right,
100.
though. But I feel you, though, on that, Twiz, because I was recording many moons ago also. And Pro Tools was all you had. There was no Logic.
Fact.
There was no, like, FL did not evolve to what it is now. It was Pro Tools, and that's it. People didn't even make beats in Pro Tools. People made beats on like MPCs and hardware, like at like Juno keyboards and like what's the ASR 10 sample keyboard. It was like one of the only keyboards that you could sample in and stuff. And so that kind of stuff was what people were doing, like Phantoms and Korgs, and they had sequencers in them. So then they would make beats and then to put them out, like export them, and then dump them into Pro Tools as stems, and then record the vocals in Pro Tools. And even when like DAWs were coming out, like Logic and FL, they weren't recommended as like the one to record into. Like, yeah, you could program beats and make digital stuff, but recording into it was not their strong suit.
Yep.
Now they all are good. It's like cars. Like, there's really no shit cars anymore.
No.
I don't care if you're getting a Kia or a Hyundai. That shit is going to run, bro.
And they all have all the fire amenities.
Yeah.
But I think it's other people trying to replicate success, right? If you see your favorite rapper using Pro Tools, for some reason inside you, it might maybe not particularly you or Twiz or anybody, or not anybody, but some people, they're gonna be like, yo, I gotta use that shit too, right?
Swedish House Mafia made me switch to Logic.
The Shure microphones, I don't know if the Shure microphones are better than the fucking Rode microphones.
They're
that we
not.
use.
And if you look, we've set a trend. A lot of
people are using the mics. But the truth is like every podcast you look, they're rocking the same mic, right?
Facts.
They're rocking the Shure mic.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You know what's crazy? I record on one of those.
the Shure, is it
That's literally the mic I record on.
It's so funny that nobody
That mic
used to
is-
record on dynamic microphones, and now people are realizing radio voices sound so good and so warm, and that's because they use dynamic microphones instead of compressors. Like, I don't want to get into all
Like
that.
my boy that he uses, like a U87, you know what I mean? Like a $3,500 mic. Like he's like, yeah, the Shure is it.
Yeah,
what he's telling me.
Facts.
Condenser
You know,
mics are they're not. I don't know. I like these. Like it makes the vocal sound warm. It sounds good. But we're also processing it on the back end.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
I agree. But that's cool that you record on the Shure,
Yeah.
like the
Like-
radio mic, like the
Yes.
Joe Rogan mic.
Yeah, like the mics that we see every day.
Yeah.
That's in my studio with the cloud box, runs through my interface.
Oh, with a cloud box. You see, we were gonna get the cloud lifter shit, but then we just, we ended up
need
having
4 of them. That's why.
yeah.
And
That's
they're
when
not
that's when
fucking-
it starts to get a little crazy.
Yeah, we need 4 of them, and they're not.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for anybody that doesn't know, a cloud lifter is like it's an in-between. You plug the mic into it and then from there go into wherever you're going and it boosts the signal.
Source, yeah.
It amplifies the signal without having to boost the
Also,
volume.
so weird when I don't use the cloud box and if I just use the Shure, which, you know, the tech guys are going to come at me for this, but they're going to, you know, whatever. It doesn't, you don't need the phantom power. So like one time I didn't run into the cloud box on accident, and bro, the mic was just running at all times without the phantom power. It was just on, like as if like it was just like for like a radio.
Oh wow!
Like I don't know. It was the weirdest thing ever. But yeah, you got to use the cloud box when you record with it though through an interface. You have to.
Yeah, because those are designed
for it. Yeah.
They need.
Yeah. See, like I'm still learning this shit. Like I'm still trying to put these puzzle pieces together. Like
that's when you had that shit all the way cranked up and you're just like, I don't understand. It's
exactly.
just not loud and it doesn't sound that good.
And then I walk into the booth and I'm like, oh wait, it's not plugged into the cloud.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything's a trial and error with my life right now, honestly.
That was our entire Go back and watch episode 1.
Dude, we're on a webcam in a different basement, but in a basement on a webcam with the shit shooting overhead.
Dude, overhead, bro. It looked crazy. You could see the whole room. It was almost like a GoPro.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It was
Bro,
like
it was crazy. You could see the yard.
It's like my stream. It's like the streaming webcam in my studio, right? You could just like it's like a fisheye. You can see
it's
everything.
very wide. It's like ultra wide.
It looked like we were gonna pick that thing up and go fucking skateboarding and shoot a fucking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's like an OG fisheye lens.
Yeah. It was. But you know that was like day one, man.
Yeah, but those are like. I think that those are the most important things, like lessons learned. And it brings me into my next question. This is something I had written down to talk to you. Cool. What are some of the lessons learned that you bring from from doing music as long as you've done it, right? There has to be something that you bring with you to your next projects, right? And this is like a perfect question for like, I think it's a great like interview question when you're interviewing somebody for a job. It's like, what are you going to bring from there over here that's going to make this better? Like, what is it that you're bringing from last project to this up and coming project that's going to be like, all right, I learned this over here and now I'm going to do this every time?
Yeah. So me, I mean, it's just elevating the sound. Like realistically, I have like a little bit of a sound, you know, like when you listen to my songs, I do sound the same on songs. Like when it comes to like, you know, like how Drake, when you hear a Drake song, you know it's Drake, right?
Yeah.
So like I do have like a little bit of a specific sound, but when it comes to like what I'm going to bring to the next project after I drop, like, you know, like right now, like I dropped 46, that was my last project. Like what I'm going to do right now, like what I'm going to bring to the table differently and to show you whatever it is that you need to see. Is just going to be elevated sound. Like this next project is going to be something I've never done before. 46 was something that I'd never done before. I did a project called Life. It stood for Love is Fake Everywhere, LIFE, Life, right?
Yeah. I was listening to that earlier.
And that's my old stuff. Like that's my old Long Island stuff like that, like, you know, that was really like out here that people loved. And then I did one before Lost that was called Life. I mean, I did one, vice versa. I did one before Life that was called Lost. So Lost stood for Love's Overrated, Save Time. So, right, so Lost was like a heartbreak, love kind of tape, right? Life was like, all right, we're up now. We're turning up now. Now I'm feeling better, right? And then it just keeps on. That's what I'm. It's like it's almost like you're like the Harry Potter series. Like it's another book, and it's. You know, it's different. It's the same, but it's different.
Yeah.
You know
it's the evolution.
Yeah. Kids are a little bit older now. Story's going to get a little bit darker now.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Like if you listen to my new project, right, and then my first project ever, you'll be like, all right, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not like comparing myself whatsoever to Drake because Drake's my favorite artist of all time for sure, and I'm just going to put that out there. But like if you listen to like how we were talking about yesterday, like Thank Me Later Drake, or you know, like, you know. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. Thank Me Later Drake, all the way to like, you know, For My Dogs or whatever, For All the Dogs, whatever that new tape is coming out. Like, bro, there's a huge evolution. Yeah, it's still Drake, right? But there's a huge evolution, like when it comes to production, everything. So, and it also image that you bring with it. Like I feel like every time I drop a new tape, I feel like I have a new image. Like I have I'm rocking different stuff, and that's also what comes with it. And we're gonna circle back to the music is only 10% of it. Yeah, you know what I mean,
and it's okay. And it's not only okay, it's the only way to survive. It's the only way you have to, if you're the same all the time, it's like people in your life. If you're still the same person from high school, I'm probably not messing with you anymore.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be the same person. Like people are always like, people change. Like you changed. Yeah. Why didn't you?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Cause I used to, like when we first started the podcast and then we started evolving the podcast, we started, you know, you start kind of wanting to, part of you thinks like, damn, maybe we should get rid of these old ones. Right? Yeah, you know, it crosses your mind from time to time, and it's like,
Never
nah,
do that,
man,
because
that's the evolution, man.
Yeah, I struggle with that because like even songs still that I feel like I don't want to act like that, but you know I find myself like, oh, I should just delete this because it's like why did I even think this was good? But at that time, like that's like a, you know what I mean? Like that will live forever.
Yeah, it's like a tattoo.
And I don't even care like if it lives forever with anybody else besides me. Like, bro, like I made that song. I was going through something during that time, whether it was good or bad. What made me make that song, and I'm just gonna delete it out of history because why? Because I'm embarrassed about it when that was literally my first song ever.
Yeah, and other people might thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, I've done it. I private because my SoundCloud, like I have things on all platforms, right? And that's like my songs that I really promoted and really like did a full rollout for. I have a SoundCloud which I don't say that it's an archive, you know what I mean? But I'll just release on it whenever I want.
Yeah,
you know, more so. And there's songs on there that you know had over 10,000 plays, 20,000 plays, and I just took down.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that I felt like it was so old that I was like, nah, that was the old me. I don't even know what I was saying. The melodies, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, I have people in my DM like, bro, you took down 100? You took down the song 100? Why'd you take that down, bro? Like, I was literally just going to go play it, and I see that it's gone. Like, why would you do that? And it's just like, if you were in my shoes, you would understand, but I get your shoes. You know what I mean? Because you're the listener. You're the consumer. I'm doing it for me, but I'm doing it for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's like, I can't be selfish. And, you know, this should, you know, relate to you guys too, because you guys, you know, it's the evolution, like Twiz said, like, you fuck all that, that politic weird feeling like self-conscious about the way that you were at one time, and now you're this person now. Bro, it's the evolution, bro. When we look back on this 20 years ago, 20 years from now, we're going to be like, bro, look at this. We were recording on a webcam. Look at us, bro.
It's crazy.
Look at us. Like me, like, you know, like I really thought that those songs were it at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And they may not be it, but
they may have been at the time. I mean, now you think about
also,
it. Also,
the music is different too. Like, you know.
Yeah, and it always evolves. Like you think if Milli Vanilli popped now, they probably wouldn't pop, but they were popping at the time.
Imagine Soulja Boy drop Crank That today.
Nah, that shit should still
That
go.
shit
That
would
shit probably
still
still
hit.
smack.
That should have
That
still
shit
go.
probably still smack.
You
Never
know
mind.
what?
How dare me say
It
anything
was
about
still
fucking
Yo.
Big Soldier?
Big.
Yeah, honestly, bro, with that steel drum, if that shit came around today, that shit would shake the world.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
bling, boom, bling, boom.
Yeah,
I should have picked a different song.
I'm live streaming when I get home. Catch me on Instagram. I might make that steel drum beat when I get home, but
Do you did you ever have, because this happened, I feel like this happens to everybody who's doing like anything creative. Do you say sometimes you know you want to take away songs that you put out before? Do you ever have something you're just like, I don't want to put this out, but everybody around you is like, yo, this shit's fucking fire. What are you talking about?
Yeah, for sure. It's happened to me before. Yeah. But like,
What do? You putting it out?
Nah, I
Or you
don't.
keeping it to yourself?
if I feel a certain type of way about the song, it'll never come out because I'm the one. You know what I mean? Like, and not in any crazy way. Like, I'm the one. This is my music. So
he's like not Neo. He's like, I'm,
exactly. Like, I'm the one that makes this music, right? So it's like, bro, he should, you know, everyone can tell me, yo, I think this is it. But if I feel a little type of way about it, I won't release it.
Facts.
And that's just my artistry.
That's very interesting
Facts.
because that's so you're creating the image.
Yeah.
Because you're controlling what goes out. So
Exactly, bro.
okay. So there's no that's super interesting, right? Because I feel like a lot of people may choose to go with routes, the path of least resistance, right? Like you put something out that's not necessarily you, but everybody else loves it, right? You're saying like, nah, I don't want to put that out, even if it is something that people might like and might, you know, bring a larger audience because it's not the image that you're trying to portray.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it really, I mean, I guess, you know what I mean? I think it's just really like just whatever it is that's bothering me about the song or about the video or about whatever that I'm creating in the moment or whatever it is. I don't know. Like if my mind is telling me no, it's just not going to come out.
but
And
my
it's just-
body's telling me
yeah, I'm really on the roll right now.
I had to.
I'm really on the roll.
Shout out to Ray Figs in the chat. He said that song would be a TikTok smash if it came out today.
Yeah. Oh, Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Wait, who'd you
Oh,
say
yeah,
was in the
oh,
chat?
yeah.
Ray Figs.
Shout out my yo. Let me hold on. Well, let's talk about Ray Figs real quick, bro. Shout out Ray Figs, man. Bro, I think I known bro for probably like, how old am I? I probably
26.
I probably know. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate
I
it.
got you.
We do our research around here.
I probably known bro since I was 11. Like,
Damn.
like me and him, like really, that was my boy.
Good
Like,
fucking dude, right?
He was my big bro, like
Yeah.
for real. Like when we were coming up, like he was the guy that was there. That, like we used to skateboard all the time. Like, and he still, I don't know if he still skate. I think he still skates. He
does.
be
He
skating.
definitely still skates.
He's never giving that shit up.
Yeah.
For sure. He'll skate until he fucking cannot walk. But we used to skate together. I grew up actually in the same town as him. So like he was a little bit older than me, but I was like his youngin', and he brought me around people, introduced me to people and stuff, and yeah, shout out Ray Figs. I feel like he shaped me to be like a man, in a way, because like not him, just him. Obviously, I had a great father. That's just sounded crazy. Like, oh, he shaped me as a man. But just hanging out with him and being with the older kids all the time, I feel like he really like showed me like, yo, like this is how you got to be. Like, I don't know. We were skateboarders, bro. I was never home, bro.
Yeah.
I was never home, bro. That shit was crazy. We were always out, bro. So we would learn from each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's dope, man.
Like, bro, like we would, like, bro, I would stay at Ray's crib. I would stay at bro's crib, and we would wake up, go to skate parks, do all this shit, da 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 da. And I was 3 years younger than them. They were all getting with girls, doing all this, da 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 da. And I was just a youngin', like, in my fucking Vans hoodie, like, what up?
Right?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. But shout out Ray Figs, man. I haven't spoke to him in a little bit, but it's blessings, bro. Shout out you. I know you're a father now and shit.
He was one of our first guests.
I was just gonna say, when
word?
Ray came on when nobody was watching. Ray came through,
Came
blessed
through with
us.
the champagne.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He's
You know?
a good guy for that.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Yeah,
Great
actually,
guy.
He's been on twice.
Yeah, and we're trying to get him on again.
Yeah,
We're just
he's
trying to
coming
work
right
out
in.
the schedule.
You got
Listen,
him. You got him. He's a good guy, man.
I can speak for all of us here. We love Ray.
Yeah, he's a great
Yeah.
guy.
That's a
bro.
fact.
We love
Yeah.
Ray.
Ray's,
He's
we
a
go
good
back
guy.
with Ray, man.
First person and it's not even about, the first person to come on or repost this. It's not about none of that shit. Just about when you tell somebody you're trying to do something and you could tell that they genuinely want you to win. Like, that's
Yeah.
how I feel like he is.
Yeah, for real. He was like that with music too. We have EPs together. We've done singles together. He's made me money with this music shit.
I think, I'm not trying to gas myself or anything, but I think I was on Ray Figs' first song. I think.
Damn.
I'm gonna
Look
be
at
real,
that, bro.
And Ray Figs in the chat, mistake me if I'm wrong. Maybe your second song, but I was definitely one of his first features for real.
Look at that,
There
man.
you go.
You can
That's
catch
right.
that if you're trying to stream that. You can catch it on the Patreon.
Yo, Fig said he said almost 20 years, no cap, 2 decades. He said it was always tough love, bro.
Yeah.
Prayer hands 100.
Yeah,
You
that's
heard?
my
That's
boy, bro.
crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
for real. Tough.
Shout out to
love,
El
bro.
Guy.
Yeah.
I love it, bro.
He'll be back here soon. We're just trying to work out the schedule.
Yeah, we're gonna work it out, man. We got some cool people coming on, man. Yeah, I mean, how deep are we?
Switch, what's our time?
Y'all really want to know?
Yeah,
At the hour, on the hour, baby.
You see
Damn,
that
son.
fucking, it's in your mind.
instinctual. Yeah, it's an hour, bro. We did an hour, bro.
See, look,
feel
and
like
we
I
didn't
didn't
even
say much.
Yo, and
What?
nah, look, and here's the crazy part. Like, I didn't even go off. I didn't say much.
Bruce hasn't talked yet. So we haven't had to reel him back in. But we're not going to close this out. We haven't had to. He's about to give us a monologue.
Yo, right? Yo,
That's
listen,
the stuff. No, before Twiz's mouth. Don't worry, Twiz. We're going to give you some time at the end because I
Yo,
don't
mute,
want to.
cut his mic to his now.
I don't want to get too close to too deep into the hour without talking about your new project you got coming out.
Facts.
Oh, 100%.
We got to talk about it.
We have to.
Word. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, so this new project that I'm putting together, I was actually telling Justin yesterday that we don't even have a name for it, man. Like, I don't even have a name for it yet. And like the way that I'm doing projects now is just like I'll just let them fall into place. In a way that I don't know, because I always tried to like plan projects, and like now I just make songs. And if I'm like, yo, what? Like, this could be like a fire project, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And if that's what I'm thinking in the moment, yeah, I'm doing it. So right now, I'm doing it.
That's what's up.
I have a project coming out, and I'm not gonna put a date on it, but I'm doing a project where every song is I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try real hard. Y'all could say whatever, but I'm gonna try real hard to make every song sound different. Like literally every song sound different. And I'm thinking it's gonna be anywhere from like 6 to 12 songs. But every song is gonna sound different. Like completely. Like we're going like indie vibes, we're going jam rock, we're going pop punk, R&B, new gen trap, boom bap.
That's a crazy range.
That's
man.
crazy.
Jersey club, dubstep.
But you have the diverse resources in terms of producers and people sending you
for
records.
sure. Yeah, for
Because
sure.
we've been lucky enough to get a little sneak peek of some of the records. You know, he was playing some before. We heard some earlier and yesterday, and it's like I can vouch that they're very, very different. Like each one of them is almost a genre on its own. You know,
oh, that was lagging out for a second.
which is but yeah.
So each of them, yeah, they're different, and that's why. And then I appreciate you recognizing that, bro, because like that's what the game plan is, bro. And to circle back to in the beginning of our conversation, we were talking about like, some artists like they do things because it's either going viral or it looks cool to do or whatever. Like me, I'm trying to touch everyone. So it's like what. I'm an artist, right? I'm not a rapper. Like, I'm not going to say I'm a rapper. Like, I'm an artist. Like, I literally can record any kind of song. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to touch everyone. So if I could do R&B, I could do pop, I could do dubstep, I could do Jersey club, I could do all these genres on two hands. I can hit everyone. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm not trying to just limit and target one fan base. So that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to just show everyone that I could do everything. So that way I could touch every human. And that's what the Jerry Humans comes in. Because it's like, with the Jerry Human shit, that's where it neutrals out Rabz. Because I've been doing this rap shit for so long. And I'm not going to say I've been doing it for so long, but I've been doing it for long enough where this Jerry shit is more sentimental in a way where I just want to be one. And I want everyone to feel that way too. I want everyone to, anyone, any ethnicity, anybody in the world can listen to these Jerry Human songs. And that's where it comes to it. It's named after my pops. My pops is I'm named after my dad, which is Jerry. So it's Jerry Humans, because we're all human at the end of the day. So I'm trying to touch everyone. And that's what also we're doing the multi-genre, because I'm just not, there's no limit, bro. There's no limit. I'm never limiting myself again, bro. I'm never targeting one sound. Like, I'm just going to do everything. I'm going to do anything I want to. And that's just how it is. So that's why we're putting together this project.
It's fire.
That's dope. And I do have to make a quick point about the different genres and all the different stuff you're doing. It doesn't sound like an artist from one of those particular genres trying to emulate the other ones. It sounds like artists from those genres. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it doesn't sound like a rapper trying to do an indie pop song. It sounds like an indie pop artist. You know what I'm saying? And the rap shit doesn't sound like an indie pop artist trying to rap. It sounds like a rap song. You know what I'm saying? So there's no, it doesn't seem like, it's almost like you're different. Genuine. You're different artists.
Yeah.
You're like,
and that's
records,
it's just crazy because it's almost like I have like alter egos. Like, I'm literally like 10 different people in one.
Yeah.
You said that earlier in the episode. I don't know if it was earlier in the other episode or earlier in this episode.
In the silent film?
Yeah, in the silent film or this one, but you did say that earlier.
Yeah, like I low-key do feel like I have an alter ego, like in a way. Like where it's just like, I'm Rabz, right? But I'm also whatever you want me to be.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, I think, is somewhat different every day.
And whatever you want to be, whatever I want to, and that means like just like when it comes to the music, right? Like I could touch anyone. That's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to just be able to hit every ground.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously some genres out there that I probably couldn't touch. And you know what? Shout out to those people that are doing those genres, because I'm really trying to tap in with this, with artistry and really trying to do this shit.
Oh, man. Tell us a little bit about the Jerry Humans concept. So Jerry Humans is a band, right?
It's a band. It's 5 of my friends. It's me and 4 of my friends. And these were just some of my friends. One, my bass player was working with me at the studio. He had a room actually like down the hall from me, and we always wanted to work on a project together. And I was really like trying to switch up the sound. Like I was trying to get a lot, like just, I wanted live band. Like I wanted to, I didn't know if it was going to be like with the Rabz stuff and then just live band with the Rabz stuff, or was I going to make something fresh? I really didn't know at the time. And my dad, he didn't pass away yet. He was sick though. And like, I was like working with him a lot, trying to help him and stuff. And like, I was like, yo, like, and something told me to just, and I feel like Jerry, like that's the name that I was blessed with. So I feel like that's just like, it's such a commercial name. Like I was just like, Jerry is just something that everyone can just easily remember. Mm-hmm. And like legends like Jerry Garcia, and just Jerry is just like I don't know. It's hard to explain. Yeah, we can go with we can name all the Jerrys.
Shit,
the
I hear
popular
Jerry's
Jerrys.
right now. I hear Jerry Springer in my head, like Jerry, Jerry.
Exactly, right. So,
American staple.
you know, and then so my dad was going through that at the time, and I was like, "Yo, I want to name. I'm gonna name the band after him because just, you know, that's my name, that's his name, and I just want to give him that blessing." So,
That's
I
dope.
did that. Put together the people. You know, my boy Miles. Shout out my boy Miles. I met him through a mutual friend. We clicked instantly, and you know, he's the drummer in my band. I got blessed with him too. And then everyone else, shout out Wolf Park White, my boy Tristan. I think I shouted him during the mute session. But shout out my boy Wolf Park White. He's the key player. Shout out my boy Logan Whaley. He's the guitar player. And shout out my boy Bill, bass player. We all just do music at the same studio, and we all just you know, I'm thankful for them because they saw the vision in the project and what I was trying to do, and you know, have it named after my father, and you know. And they see the light in it, and now we're trying to take it to the top. We actually have a gig October 13th at Nostalgia Bar in Bethpage. It's going to be like a Friday the 13th, spooky vibes, whatever.
Oh,
But
dope.
that's my next gig.
Lit.
Yeah, shout out J6, shout out Marco, shout out
J6. Shout out
Edwards.
J6.
Yeah.
man.
all
J6
these-
and Rabz, 6 a.m.
Yeah, man. Yo, so we were actually talking about that. We might do that. I don't know. We might have to do that song together, man.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah, that
so
song
we
is
was cranking
fire.
that earlier today when
Thank
you
you,
walked in
bro.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that, and you know what? Shout out J6. I'm gonna give him his flowers too because he was the first guy to actually bring me on stage, and you know, I was just on the phone with him because me and him, you know, we don't talk all the time, but that's really my boy for real. Because he gave me a chance when, not that no one would, but he gave me a chance when no one knew me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he actually brought me. We were on the phone and we were actually like reminiscing because I'm doing that show. So like they told me, yo, like who could you get? Can you get somebody on the show? Like you got any friends? Like whatever. And I'm like, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get my boy 6 on it because like me and him have done so many showcases, so many shows, like just so many legendary shit that we did together that I'm like, yeah, we got to bring it back. So I get him on the phone, and I'm like, yo, 6, like what's the word? Like can you come through and do the show with us? And he's like, yeah, absolutely, whatever. So we start shooting the shit about just like we start reminiscing and shit, and I'm like, yo, bro, like you don't even realize, like I don't know if you do realize, but you brought me out to my first show. Like I was scared to perform, and we had this song. I don't even know if it was 6 a.m. yet. We had another one, and he was, bro, so this shit is so crazy to me. He was opening up for Kid Trunks and Rob Banks at Amityville Music Hall.
I remember that.
Word, Twist, thank God.
I've been around.
Yeah, for real. And
Yeah, I think Twiz the one that brought me to the studio the night that you and me met.
Probably.
And J6 was there.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure Twiz was like, yo, come through. But go ahead.
yeah. So you know, again, 6, he got that booking because he was making noise. Like he was really performing like that. Like, and we had a song, and he just was like, yo, bro, you want to do a song? You want to do this song? I like this song a lot. I think it would be good on the set. I said, bro, I guess. Like I really was like, sure, yeah. And at that time, like, you know, I took it for granted because like, bro, it was a members only show. And like, bro, those are X's people. Like Rob Banks and Kid Trunks, those were X's artists. Like they had X's DJ there. Like I didn't know how impactful it was until later on, until like X died. I was like, wow, like I totally really like took that for granted. Not in a sense where like I took the performance for granted, but I didn't really like notice in the moment, like, yo, I'm standing with these Broward County legends. Like these are the guys that really came up with X and help X get to the situation, the position that he's at. So 6, but going back to 6, he let me perform for their fans.
Yeah.
He let me open up for Rob Banks and Kid Trunks with him.
That's fire.
And shout out J6 because he really is the one that really brought me to this performing life. And I've done so many shows I can't even remember the shows that I've done. I've done sold out shows at Revolution. Shout out Revolution. I've done headlining shows here, there. You know what I mean? And opened up for your favorite rappers for sure. And it's just crazy. It wouldn't have started without 6. So shout out 6, man.
And shout out to him.
Yeah,
Yeah, shout
6
out
for real,
6.
man. He definitely, he's always making. He never stops. That guy.
Yeah. Yo, bro, I witnessed like 6's evolution. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I met 6 at this fucking, it was like a fucking frat house party, bro. I went with one of my homegirls and he was fucking there. She's like, yo, this is my friend Jason. Because, you know, like everybody who knew me back in the day knew me for a couple of things, but mainly music. They knew I rapped and shit. So, but I met him at like this frat house party with my boy Dave Lombardo. Shout out to Dave Lombardo. He fucking rips on a guitar and fucking And yeah, bro, I watched them come up and just fucking vibe out, and then like like meeting Figs and then meeting you, like it's crazy to see. Like, and that's why I know the word evolution, because like I've seen like you, I've seen Six, I've seen Figs, I've seen a lot of people where they began and where to get to where they're at now. So I know exactly what you're talking about when you talk about evolution. You talk about bookmarking these milestones in music for yourself, because we're our hardest critics when it comes to this shit.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't either realize it or respect it. But we really are our hardest critics. And I got a back catalog, bro, that's insane. Songs that people have never heard or seen a light of day. And I know you do too, because I can tell just by not only seeing you, but our conversation in the past and our conversation now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it comes when you're an artist like that. So I get it. But shout out to Six.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for real, man. For real.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
Wouldn't be the guy here, man. Like, I've got booked by major booking companies, and it wouldn't have been, if it wasn't for that day, I don't know if I would have had the confidence. I don't know when I would have gained the confidence. Because I remember back in the day, like Passport General, shout out. We're really going through the Long Island twist for real.
Yo, right?
Shout out Passport General, because he's the one that actually him and Taz Lee, another guy, tried to get me on my first show, and I was just like, nah. And they're like, wow, you scared? Like, I remember Passport saying that shit to me, like, yo, you scared? You scared? And I'm like,
I'm about to text Passport after this.
Right?
Talk shit to that nigga.
But he did say that to me, word. Like, and I hope he remembers that. But he said, why Rabz, you scared? And I'm like, bro, I'm just not ready. He's like, nah, you scared. And then I waited like 6 months, and then Six brought me out, and then I literally got on every fucking showcase that Long Island had until I was able to headline. And then I headlined, was doing shit with my boy Drama, we're doing headlining shows, and then we expanded out, and we were really getting on our one sheet shit, trying to open up for rappers and shit, open up for big artists that were coming into town.
Dope.
Yeah, so like I've opened up for Polo G. Oliver Francis, like these just a few more people. Dutch Revs, the last two people I named, they're like independently lit, like kind of like on like a Russ, like a mini Russ level.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Facts.
But all sold out and all gave me the opportunity to do what I love, and I'm super blessed because a lot of the fan base came from doing that shit, and that's what really fucked me during COVID, because I was on such like a big like race with this opening up for artists thing, that I was getting booked everywhere, and then bam, it just like stopped. And then like I felt like my organic growth like just died right there, because like, bro, if COVID didn't happen, we would have been on tour. I would have done like 6 East Coast dates on a tour, and you know what I mean, I probably would be in a way bigger situation than I am right now, but you know what I mean, I'm blessed, and this is God's plan, so I'm just I'm happy to be here. And still doing this shit. So
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I hear you, man. That shit held up a lot of people, but the fact that you keep going.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for COVID, like I wouldn't even learned how to engineer myself. So like
a
like
blessing.
engineer,
Everything works.
Yeah, like
everything happens for a
COVID
reason.
stopped my organic growth when it came to performing and being in the city and doing all that active shit, but it helped me grow as an artist. So that's what I'm thankful for, and that's why I don't take. That's why I have no regrets when it comes to that, because it's like.
Yeah.
And the truth is like when you're really passionate about something, it's like you're gonna keep doing this. This isn't something that you're gonna stop doing. If you stop doing this tomorrow, then like how passionate were we about this?
Absolutely,
if we just
bro.
give it up, if we allow like the public to determine whether we're gonna succeed or not, or whether we're gonna continue to do this. It's like me and Justin will keep having bullshit conversations in the basement, whether anybody listens to it or not.
Yeah, I mean, we were doing this. We did. I think we were stuck at like under 100 subs for like a year at least.
Oh, facts.
And it's like, listen,
Long form
man.
content, that shit don't grow.
Yeah, it doesn't, and it's all right, because we're not gonna quit. We're not gonna stop. Yeah. That's just what it is. So you could either, people could either keep watching you grind and keep watching you rise and be there and witness it, or they could just catch you on TV and be like, damn, I remember. Yeah, you remember what?
Yeah, facts.
Get
on the train now.
Yeah, exactly.
Get on the train.
Yeah, it's that's just what it is. So, because we used to have people, I'm sure you've gotten, feedback where people are like, he's like, oh, you rapping and shit? Like, be like, oh, you have a podcast? Cool. And then they're like, oh, you guys are really trying to have a podcast. Like, yeah.
This brings up a question that I have. Do you think the closest people to you would be the last people to support you? You think your biggest supporters would be like strangers as opposed to like the people around you?
That's a tough question, because it's like sometimes I feel like that, but then other times it's proved to me that I'm that's not correct. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I feel like you know, there's people out there that I've never met in person, never even seen what they look like, and they support me more than my Brody does. You know what I mean? But I don't know. You know, it's tough. That's a tough question because I know maybe you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like
though,
me,
'cause
that
it's
question,
tough.
I'm 50-50 because it's just like,
Yeah.
will I ever really know?
Yeah.
Until that time comes, or even when that time comes, will I still not know? Or
Yeah.
will I know? I don't know. That's a hard question, but I would say like a 50-50 kind of like.
Yeah, I would have to say that too because my initial reaction is what you're saying. My initial reaction is, yeah, I mean, a lot more people that I know in my close circle, I wish they would put the podcast on, or I wish they would, you know, play a beat tape or something like that. But I'm like, does that matter? Because if I really need some shit, they're gonna be there, like life shit.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And
So it's like-
and that's not, and I didn't mean it like you know, supporting you through your life's endeavors, but maybe
Of course, you mean
the-
Like
career-wise.
career, like,
Like creative
cor-
endeavors, that
Exactly,
kind of thing.
yeah.
especially something that's like not so life standard. Like if you're like trying to do a podcast, you're trying to be an artist, a rapper, a singer, you're trying to build, I don't know, like something that's not like you go to college for and you get a job and you like something that like is like the old American way. You know what I mean? Like that those kind of careers are looked at in a way where it's almost like, wow, you're really doing that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like, yeah, I'm actually really doing it. Like, are you really sitting behind that desk and selling car insurance?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like, yeah, this is this is my route. That's your route. Am I questioning your car insurance job?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So why are you questioning my job? Oh, because
yeah.
it's not the American way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're crazy
and
till
li-
you
You know
make
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. Of
You're
course.
crazy
Yeah.
till you make it.
And
And
then
I
later-
think people are crazy for taking out
Yeah.
$250,000 in student loans.
Yeah.
That's who I think is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, or the people who really want to do something and then just don't follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe in all that shit. Like college, I believe, you know, fuck.
Shit, I
But-
went to college.
Yeah, I went
and
to
I'll tell you
college,
right
too.
now, what am I doing? With all my college, as soon as I get out of work, I'm right here. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah,
You got to
I
be
didn't do
strategic with
college.
it.
My-
You got to use certain opportunities to allow you to do have other opportunities.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. I never did college.
So,
My dad did college. My mom never did college. And that's
Yeah.
like, I had like the both, you know what I mean? Like my dad was like an angry college guy, like not strict, but strict on me for certain things. Right. And then my mom was like the gentle, didn't go to college person.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had like perfect roles to like be balanced. Perfect, you know, role models, like,
Yeah.
you know, in the parent sense. So I feel like it like balanced me out low key, but I never went to college though. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, you know,
I
it's
barely
proven
got
more.
out of high school. You know what I mean? So
It's not what it used to be. It doesn't hold the same value it used to. There's so I mean, you think about some of the wealthiest people or people who are incredibly successful, there's a lot of it is like business owners, right?
Yeah, I mean.
And there's no you could go to school for like, business management or something like that, but that's not going to make you hit a lick with a business. Like you're rolling the dice with businesses too.
exactly, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you're
It's-
paying
it's-
them money to learn from somebody that never owned a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
They just
person
read
did,
a lot.
Yeah, this person didn't have a multi-million-dollar corporation because if they did, they wouldn't be teaching here.
Yeah.
Yep.
If Jay-Z was teaching a class, I'll go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? I'll be
actually
there
facts.
every day. Yeah.
Nah,
You
that's
want to get
actually
me back in
facts.
school? All right. Have Jay-Z teach a business class. Have Puffy teach.
Yeah. Bring
how
Warren
to-
Buffett in here and have him tell me what the fuck a short sale is.
Yeah. Exactly. Have him come in and tell me what to invest in. But he's just going to come and be like, long game. You got to think long term. No
Yeah.
day trading.
But at least I believe him when he says it because this guy's made millions off of it.
Well, that's because he gave Coca-Cola their startup money. And he's been like rich ever since.
I don't
Not
know the
literally.
fucking- I don't know the Warren
No, I'm
Buffett
kidding.
fucking,
I'm kidding. But yeah, like that
How
kind
dare
of thing.
you.
He was the he was at the beginning, man. That's like being like, man, I should have wrote JavaScript.
That
You
was-
know, it's like he'll never like he can't go back that far. It's not a thing.
It's like I had the idea for machine language.
Yeah, exactly. That one time, But man, I think we're past the hour. We got, we got into the albums, we got into the side projects, we got into the origin. Anything that you want to touch on before we wrap?
Yeah, for sure. I have a project. So like, I'm just gonna just promote this real quick. Shout out my boy Low C. I'm dropping a project with my youngin. And I don't have a date on it, but the tape is ready, and we recorded this whole thing on our phones. So
That's crazy.
yeah, like the whole song is recorded, mixed, and mastered on an iPhone.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
I think that
Crazy.
shit's so cool.
Yeah.
The whole tape.
Yeah.
The whole tape.
So how'd you do it on headphones?
Yeah. So
All right.
I like.
So you had a stereo field.
So like headphones like this, right? And then you plug into the aux, and then I use the iPhone mic.
wow, that's crazy.
How fire is that?
Yeah, that's
It's crazy,
man.
bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, you know, when we're done, I'm gonna show you some. Before I get out of here, I'm gonna show you some of these songs. You're gonna be like, you did this at the studio. Oh, the first song that I played.
Oh,
That
I
was on
didn't-
the that was on the iPhone.
Yeah,
That's
Swizz,
crazy.
that first song that I showed you.
Yes, sir.
That was recorded on a phone, bro. Shout
That's
out my boy
crazy.
Low. My boy Low was on the hook. We did that. He recorded it on his phone. You could share sessions. It's the app is called BandLab. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it yet, but
It's Band Lamp.
no BandLab.
Band Lab.
Lab.
Like
Like
a lab.
Streamlabs.
Like
Yeah.
Labrador.
Yeah.
Lab.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So this is a dog enthusiast.
but yeah, so you know, you could share sessions, you could do collaborated sessions, right? So like I share him the session, right? And
Yeah.
he could open up my vocals on his phone. So like we're like editing back and forth. So he'd be like, yo, I did my verse, check it out. I open it on my phone, look at it. All right, bet I think that this might need a little bit of adjustments because I'm the engineer.
Yeah.
When it comes to like really like mixing and shit. Like he knows how to track and knows how to mix, but like I really dissect it, right? So like he'll be like, yo, I just did my verse, let me know what you think, you know, whatever. And I'll listen to it on my phone and be like, all right, I think maybe the highs are a little too much or whatever. But we did the whole thing on our phones, bro.
That's crazy.
6 songs. We got one feature on it. I'm not going to expose it yet. We got one feature on it. And, 6 songs. It's called, I have a name for that one.
Okay.
It's called In Case They Forgot. Yeah, and I got the cover. I got the artwork. The artwork kind of is like Drake and Future, What a Time to Be Alive.
Yeah, the diamonds type
Yeah,
shit.
so it's diamonds, but me and my boy, we always run with the color purple. Like that's like our favorite color for whatever reason. And like I said, this is my little bro. Like, you know, that's really my boy. So we both love the color purple. That's like what we use on the Instagram and everything just to do whatever. And so we use the purple diamonds. So it looks like the What a Time to Be Alive cover. And again, that's a Drake and Future collab. So this is a low C Rabz collab, but instead of the white diamonds, it's purple diamonds.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely inspired. The artwork, obviously the music is definitely not going to be inspired by Drake and Future, but the music, the artwork is definitely inspired by What a Time to Be Alive, for sure.
Yo,
That's fire.
Yeah, so we're doing that, and that's going to be coming whenever. I'm going to drop one single. You'll know when. I'll promote it and, you know, whatever in time being, but.
Yeah, I feel like you got a lot of heat in the chamber.
I'm working on 3 tapes. Right? I'm working through 3 projects. You know, I got the multi-genre project, I got the Jerry Humans project, and then I got this project with my son Lo.
So should the people expect like, you know, Q4 before the end of the year?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the multi-genre and the Jerry Humans are I would say the multi-genre is coming next year.
Okay.
Just being real.
dope.
But then again, like I said, I let shit fall into place. So if I get this ready and all of a sudden I'll promote it a month in advance and drop it.
Okay.
But I'm thinking maybe next year for that. Me and Low shit, In Case They Forgot, that's gonna drop I would say probably in the next month or 2.
Okay.
And then the Jerry Human stuff will probably be December or early in next year, 2024.
I like the artwork for Jerry Humans.
Thank you,
like
bro. I made that logo myself. So
Oh, did you?
That's another thing I do
That's fire.
myself. I do graphic designing. I do video edits. You know what I mean? My girl also edits videos. You know what I mean? She's really on the YouTube grind. So like, super blessed for her too. She really helps me with like the to edit and stuff and do all that. So. And
That's
shoot
dope.
too. She shoots a lot of my videos too, like especially like my Instagram posts. You know what I mean? That like I'm just like teasing a song. She really knows how to hit those angles. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
like-
Teamwork, bro.
That's dope,
Yeah, for
man.
sure.
That's it, man.
Yeah,
You got to
so-
build, bro. Build.
Yeah, man.
100%.
So just grinding, bro. You know, just keep on going, man. Keep on going until I can't no more.
That's it, man. And I'm going to get you a pack too, bro.
My boy.
I'm going to get you a pack, bro.
Yeah, Shuffle Beats, man.
We're
Shout
going
out
to
to
make that work,
Shuffle
man. We're going
Beats,
to make
bro.
that work, man.
Yeah, what was that song? What was that song? What we were
Which
talking
one?
about?
With Buddy? With the Dorothy joint? Yeah,
Oh,
man.
my
Oh, that shit
God.
was
That's going
hard.
back, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was around the time with 6 a.m.
Yeah,
Swizz,
you're
right?
right. You're right.
Yeah,
I
yo,
feel
listen,
like
there's a lot of music around that time, bro. There's a lot of music that came out, bro. Even me.
Yo,
And that's
I
crazy
probably
because I don't
played
put
that
out
beat.
shit.
Yeah,
I don't
word.
put out anything, and I had music out, which is fucking crazy.
That 2018, 2019?
Yo, Swizz, don't knock yourself, bro.
Something
When
like
I
that.
first started making music, you were one of those rappers that like, I would see videos of and shit.
Yo, Twiz
Oh,
is
do not
nice,
let him
bro.
fucking
I know, that's
undersell
like-
it.
Well, I'm just telling him, like,
Twiz
straight
has
up.
beats of mine with 3 inches of dust on them. Bro. Ones that I don't even play for anybody else because I hope
Nah, that's
that
not
one day
true.
I just record on this.
Swizz is like, yo, don't give this to nobody.
That's not true. Listen, man. I just get it when I get it. You know, I kind of like not for nothing. Like, even now, I'm not even on a camera. You can't even see my face. But but like I like this like illustrious like perspective I have. Like, people don't see me, people don't know me, but if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And I like that vibe. You know.
Yep. That's why I wish I would have.
You like Playboy Cardi.
Yeah, yeah, I get what you mean.
Like, you're just lost until you drop something.
Yeah, nah, bro. But look, like, not for nothing. You know, just I guess
touring
shameless.
with no music.
Look, shameless plug.
Go.
Me and fucking Shuffle Beats just did a fucking a verse the other day that I fucking put up on the gram, and the shit did fucking like 2,500 in like almost 24 hours.
Let's go.
And I don't put shit out like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miami Tip. Got love down in fucking Miami, and on her page, that shit did like 3,500 in 24 too.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So shameless plug, but just saying.
Yeah. And I made that beat on the spot.
That's a fact.
And he did that verse on the spot. Like, I don't even know how long it took me to make that beat. What do you think that was? I don't know.
Bro, the whole process from top to bottom, pause, took an hour and 15 minutes.
I know Twiz lays it down quick, pause. But the way he freestyles, I can only imagine him. He could probably bang out 10 songs in an hour.
Bro, I hit immediately. I was like, bro, we should do this like every day. Like, why are we not doing this every day? He was like, I just caught the vibe. We were listening to music, and he was like, yeah, I like some strings. I was like, strings? Just went over there, just like threw the beat together.
I told Rabz that earlier.
Straight like that.
With strings, bro.
Yo, you guys gotta all come to my studio, man. We just gotta chop it up over there, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, yo, we gotta do some shit like how I was showing you. Like, I'm really like inspired by Mac right now, and like, you know, it took not that it took me a few years to get inspired by him, but like, just I don't know, for some like when I started this band shit, like he just like spoke to me. You know what I mean? So we gotta cut up some like raw fucking sample.
Let's do it, man.
You know, real instruments. I'll bring the band in. Like, let's do like a full house production session. You know what I mean?
We'll do the full band. We'll do break beats just to pull some
great,
extra little sounds out. You know what I'm saying?
Just a bunch of great minds in one room, bro. We'll make magic, bro.
Yeah. Listen, Rabz, if you need me, bro, just hit me, bro.
Yeah, we'll do it, man. It's you know, it's not a matter of if. We're gonna link.
I'll sit in the back corner.
Nah, you ain't gonna sit. Stop that nonsense. This guy with the nonsense.
The back corner's reserved for me.
Yeah. Berto's gonna be there too.
Yeah,
Berto's gonna be there. So
with what's that instrument?
The maracas?
No. The one that's like it's like
tambourine.
Tambourine.
Damn, you get that must be some good technique. He picked that out immediately.
You know I'm a lefty.
Yeah. No, I mean, he knew immediately. You were like,
oh yeah.
He was like, I was like maracas. I was trying to think. I was like,
well, that's close though.
I was like, yeah,
that would be the second one I would get.
Yeah, if I would have hit you with this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got you. Hey, you're pretty good at that. Let me see that again. You're not sitting in the corner.
Yeah,
no way. You're grabbing the maracas.
I've done the Macarena before. Take us out of here, Justin.
Yeah. All right, guys. Listen, man. This is Masters and Them Podcast, episode 168, with special guest Rabz, and that's what we got for you guys. Just do us a solid. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. All that stuff helps the algorithm. Helps us get the podcast to more people.
And before you go, let the people know, the people who tuned in late, where they can find you, your Instagram handle.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so my Instagram is RabzDied. Like I said, RabzDied. Pretty simple. It's like I said, it's a little morbid. I'm changing it. People been asking me why is it like this for so long. I thought it was only temporary, but you know, it is what it is. So RabzDied. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, everything, X, whatever it's called now. Everything else, it's probably 631 Rabz or Rabz631. You can find me on Spotify, all streaming platforms, YouTube, music videos. Everything is out under Rabz TV on YouTube. Just look up RABZ. You'll see my face, and that is me. And shout out to GSB too. We've been drinking on GSB. Shout out GSB, man. Great South Bay Brewery, Bayshore, local.
That's right.
Got to keep the drinks local, man.
Drinks
and right
local.
here, this is one of my favorites right here. We're just going to say the Blood Orange Blonde Ambition is my favorite.
Yes, sir.
A little combo with the Blonde Ambition and the Blood Orange.
Shout out to the whole
little Bloody Blonde.
Shout out to the whole GSB fam over there, man. For real.
Man. So that's what we got. Twiz, what you got for the people, man?
Yo, listen, man. Signing out, man. Masters and None Podcast, episode 168.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you like, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share with a friend. Make sure you all tap in. We go live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Sometimes a little bit later if things get a little wacky, but you know how that go. So, in the interim, make sure you jump in the chat. Thank you for everybody that checked in with us live. We also got Rab's Instagram as well as his last video for Over It in the chat. So you can click on the link and be directly linked. So you can check out his music. You can check out his Instagram. He got a couple new things on there. So make sure you guys jump in. And also jump into Discord. We chat on there. All of us. You can literally talk to. We're reachable. We're reachable. So jump into Discord. Come talk with us. Come chat with us. We'll talk pretty much anything on there. All right.
You want to ask Justin personal questions? That's where you find them.
Yeah.
Look at his face.
I just want to say one more thing too from Rabz, man. Shout out Justin. Shout out Shuffle Beats.
You got it, bro.
Shout out my boy over
Already.
here. What was your name again too? My
Berto.
Berto. I feel like I met you before, Berto. I don't know
Yeah,
where.
I'm
I feel
sure
like I
you
met him. I feel like I met him on some side.
Probably sat in a circle
But
at one point.
yeah, shout out Masters of None. Shout out Shuffle. Shout out Berto. Shout out Twiz over there, man. These guys are really grinding and really putting in that work, and I appreciate them taking the time out to sit down with me and have a conversation about what I've done and just have a general conversation. It's always fun to do this, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you to
I
you.
appreciate
Thank you for coming,
guys,
man.
Yeah, thank
Honestly.
you, man. Yeah,
It's all
and
love
hey,
for coming.
until next time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm always
Yes,
down
sir.
to come back, whatever. I'm always down to promote to you guys, whatever. So just let me know, like.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Anytime you got something going on, you let us know, man. You come on here and talk to the
Yeah.
people, man.
All right, let's go, man.
You know?
Appreciate it.
So bring
Masters
us
of None.
out.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Da, 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 da.
Let's go.
I made that one too.
You made this one too?